Welcome to my little home studio, in which I will be talking about men's photography. I watched many tutorials how to take portraits of men, and I figured out that it's a quite popular topic. I'm a big fan of Jeff Royas, and in his video about men portrait photography, he's using a big studio and lot of fancy gear which I actually can afford. So in today's video, I'm just wondering if it's possible to make something similar with little home studio. My model today will be my husband, and he actually doesn't like to pose in portrait photography, so it will be also a challenge for me, so stay with us. I have really small studio with black wall which I use as a photo background. In today's video I will use only one light with softbox and a reflector. So I will focus on differences when using and not using reflector by taking dramatic portraits. My reflector is versatile, it has black, white, silver and gold surfaces and also a light diffuser. Now let me show you behind the scenes of this photoshoot. So first of all, think of angles you want to shoot your subject from. Based on this decision, you will set up your light and reflector. I always start my photoshoot with the whole body portrait. Unfortunately, this is not possible in my little home studio because the floor is not covered, so it doesn't match the background. So I had to adjust the angle a little bit and I ended up with a portrait from the waist up. My set for today is really simple. There is only one stool in front of a black background. I am positioning the light from the one side of the subject. For the first photo I had to step back a little bit, so I was approximately 2 meters away from the subject. I have decided to use more negative space above the subject because I didn't want to show the floor. I have also tried to use a reflector which was placed in front of the light, so it was creating a fill on the dark side of the subject's face. Next I wanted to shoot mid-close-up portrait. This type of portrait was shot directly in front of the subject. I didn't want to shoot from the angle because I wanted to achieve a dramatic lighting. If you are more interested in dramatic lighting on portraits, just follow my video, the link is here. So the one side of the face was lit and the other side of the face stayed in the shadow. Now let's see what a reflector will do with the dark side of the face. I'm still placing the reflector in front of the light, and in this case it's from the left side of the subject. I also like to take close-up photos during photo session. For this scene the subject was facing the light directly. However, the light was offset to the point where only one side of the face was fully lit, which created some dramatic shadows on the other side. I also tried to use a reflector on this setup, and the way how I use it was exactly the same as on the previous examples. Now let's take a look at the results. I use Lightroom to edit my photos. First photo is portrait with negative space above the subject. I have tried to edit these portraits in moody way. It's obviously pretty dark, but the whole point of the photo is to show only certain parts of the subject to achieve dramatic look of the photo. To blend the subject with the background a little more, I have lifted up blacks using Tone Curve tool in Lightroom. Now I will show you what the reflector do to this photo. As you can see, the shadows on the face are a little bit smoother, however I have still achieved a dramatic look. On the mid-close-up portrait was reflector placed in front of left side of the subject, so the reflected light was illuminating the dark side of the face. I also brought up some details on the shirt. And then I have a close-up portrait here in which you can see a dramatic lighting from front side of the face. I think I like this kind of photo the most. You can also see the difference with not using and using reflector. I like the results and how the whole photo shoot came up. The one thing I didn't like was that I couldn't use a floor on my photos because it didn't match the background. So I think that next time I will buy a black paper background and cover the floor. So I hope this video was somehow inspirational for you and you can see that you can make great photos even if you have just little home studio.